What's up, family? LLCs are dead. And during this episode, I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Welcome back to another episode of Tax Free Living, where I teach entrepreneurs just like you how to live tax free. Back again with another dope episode, guys. I'm excited to talk about this because this is one of the most controversial episodes that we're probably gonna have, because most people think that LLCs are the best entity. Most people think that LLCs are for them, when the reality is LLCs are not for a lot of business owners out there. So I'm gonna give you all the breakdown on exactly why I think LLCs are dead, and I would love your opinion in the comments, guys. Before we get into that, please, if you're enjoying the videos, if you're enjoying the content, if you're having fun learning about taxes, right? I think last episode I was talking about we had crossed 10K. Now we're approaching 15K, guys. So if you can help us get to that 15K mark, I would gladly appreciate it. So go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and then we'll get into the gems of today's topic. So the reason I want to talk about this is because 2 weeks ago, I was speaking at an event, and it was an event full of high-level entrepreneurs, and they had LLCs. So when I got a chance to talk to them after my speaking set, I had to give a lot of them bad news. You see, they were telling me what their business was. They were telling me how well their business was doing. And then when I asked them what type of entity they had, they said LLC. And my initial thought was, you having an LLC is costing you thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, because you have the wrong entity. So I had to tell like 20 business owners that they were overpaying taxes by tens of thousands of dollars because they had an LLC. So I don't want that to happen to you. So let me give you the breakdown on exactly why the LLC was costing them tens of thousands of dollars every single year. But before we get into that, I want to talk to you all about when an LLC is a good entity for you, right? Before I bury LLCs, let me give you all a few examples or reasons that an LLC would be good for you, and then I'll tell you why LLCs won't be good for you. So I believe that before you start the business, right, before you go into selling your product or your service, you should incorporate your business into a LLC, because LLC stands for limited liability company. And once you create your LLC, it limits your liability within your business, meaning that if somebody comes and tries to sue you for selling your products or service, they can't touch any of your assets personally. You all have heard me say this time and time again on this show. Before you start the business, I want you to incorporate that LLC, but I don't want you to stay an LLC for the entirety of your business. See, that's most business owners' problem. They think that just because they get a recommendation to start out as an LLC, they think they're supposed to stay an LLC for the remainder of the life of their business, and that is just not true, okay? That is not true. And I'm gonna give you the exact moment when you should change your entity from an LLC. But starting out your business, an LLC is the perfect entity for you. Another situation in which LLC will be good for you is if you have long-term rental real estate. If you're a real estate owner and your plan is to continue to buy more properties, to expand your portfolio, and you're planning to hold these rental properties for the long term, if this is the case, then an LLC is going to be perfect for you. You want to put your rental properties in an LLC, because if somebody trips and breaks an arm on your property and you have your property within the LLC, they can only sue you for what's in that LLC, and they can't touch your other business ventures. They can't touch your personal assets. They can't touch your investments. So having your properties in an LLC is going to protect you. Now, I know the next question is, well, Carter, how many properties should I put in my LLC, right? I'm gonna do an entire video on this separately, but just to give you all a little insight on my thoughts, you should put as many properties as it takes into a LLC until that LLC has $250,000 of equity, right? So if you have one property that you have $50,000 of equity in, you have another property where you have $100,000 of equity in, you have another property where you have another $50,000 of equity in, and you have another property where you have $65,000 of equity in. That's now $265,000 in equity, right? So I am okay with all of those properties being in one LLC, but I'm not gonna put any more, because if I get more properties, I'm gonna put them in another LLC. Because here's the thing, if somebody trips and falls and breaks an ankle on that property, and one of those properties in that LLC bundle, right? they can sue you for all other properties in that bundle. So in this situation, we will only have $250,000 at risk, which is a lot, but it's not like having $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 million at risk. What you also don't want to do is you don't want to have 7 rental properties and 7 LLCs, because there's going to be 7 different tax returns for each LLC. There's going to be 7 different books that you're going to have to keep, and there's going to be 7 different renewal fees for renewing your LLC, and that can get costly, that can get expensive, and that can get time consuming on having to separate out all those entities. So an LLC is going to be great for you when you're starting out your business or when you have long-term rental real estate. If that's the case, Carter, why do you say LLCs are dead? This is why I say LLCs are dead, because LLCs are only a temporary entity for business owners. If you have a business and it's producing ordinary income, meaning you have active income within your business, an LLC is only going to serve you until you have $40,000 in net income. Any dollar over that, an LLC is hurting you, because once you start making over $40,000 in net income, you want to upgrade your LLC to the beloved S Corporation. And I know the next question, guys. I would actually wish I had I need to do more YouTube videos. We have a live Q&A, because I love answering questions. I'm so used to going live on Instagram and things like that. I'm just used to questions, but I've been doing this so long. I know what your immediate next question is. Your next question is, Carter, why should I upgrade my LLC to an S Corp once I start making over $40,000 in net income? How is it going to help me? Well, let's talk about it. So if you were making, let's just say you're making $100,000 in your business, $100,000 in net income. And depending on what your business is, that might happen within the first year, second year, definitely by the third year, right? Depending on your business and how good you are as an entrepreneur. But today's world, entrepreneurs are moving fast, right? They're moving fast. So $100,000 in net income might happen in your first or second year. So let's say you have $100,000 in net income. You're gonna pay federal tax on that, about 25%. You're gonna pay state tax on that. Let's just be generous. Let's say another 5%. So now you're already at 30% in taxes. That's a $30,000 tax bill already. But we haven't even talked about another tax, which is what we call self-employment tax, or FICA taxes. You're gonna pay an additional 15.3% in FICA taxes. That's an additional $15,300 in taxes that you're gonna pay if you have $100,000 in net income in your business. That's a lot of money in taxes. So the way that S Corp helps us is that it helps us save on self-employment taxes. So let's go deeper into our scenario here. We have our LLC over here, and we're bringing in $100,000 in net income. Our self-employment tax bill is $15,300, right? So we understand that, and that's a lot of money. But let's say we have an S Corp over here, right? Let's say we have an S Corp over here, and our S Corp is also making $100,000 in net income. Now, the unique thing about an S Corporation is you have to pay yourself a salary. As the owner of an S Corporation, every year I have to pay myself a salary. How much? I recommend you pay yourself a salary of 30% of whatever your net income is. So in this case, we're gonna pay ourselves a salary of $30,000. Now, the interesting thing about this is when we pay ourselves that $30,000 salary, right, having an S Corp, we only pay FICA taxes on the salary that we pay ourselves. The rest of that money completely avoids self-employment taxes. Guys, this is one of the best tax saving strategies that entrepreneurs need to know. So let's talk about how much savings this is. So if we pay ourselves a salary of $30,000, right, that means that this $30,000 is gonna be hit with self-employment taxes, right? If we have $30,000 in salary times 15.3%, we're gonna have a self-employment tax bill of $4,590. But remember, what that LLC had the same income, but with the LLC had a self-employment tax bill of $15,300. The S Corp that made the same net income only had a self-employment tax bill of $4,590. So how much tax savings is that? Let's see, minus 15,300. We save, drum roll please, $10,710, making the same income, but instead of having an LLC, we have an S Corporation. So this is why I said for certain entrepreneurs, LLCs are dead, because they're causing them to overpay taxes by tens of thousands of dollars. So in this scenario, by upgrading our LLC to an S Corp, we in fact save $10,710. That's crazy. And you wanna know the craziest part is? The higher the income, the higher the savings. So again, for certain business owners, LLCs are good, but for the high earning business owners, which is gonna be you all at home, an LLC is not gonna serve you for the entirety of your business. You're gonna have to upgrade this LLC to a S corporation to enjoy tens of thousands of dollars in tax savings. Like, I know what you all are thinking, like, why didn't my accountant tell me this? Like, he did my tax return, he saw how much money I was making, but he didn't advise me to upgrade to an S corporation. My advice to you is, it's time for you to find a new accountant, okay? It's time for you to find a new accountant. This is what I see. This is one of the most common mistakes I see with business owners, and I don't want to see this mistake happen with you. If you enjoyed this video, if it was helpful, if it helped you understand, please, please, please share this video with another entrepreneur. This is completely free, but sharing this video might help somebody save tens of thousands of dollars, because I believe that we all should pay what we legally owe in taxes, but let's not leave a tip, guys, right? Let's not leave a tip. We want to keep all the money in our pocket as we possibly can, and we want to live tax-free in 2023. So again, if you enjoyed this video, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you all on the next video. Peace!